had a whirlwind last few days. Really last few weeks, but oh my goodness. I was on at 7:30 a.m. this morning. I was on a Zoom call with Peter Kell, the creator of Genius AI, and that call was amazing. And then I went directly into a call with on the compensation plan and compensation model of Q Sciences and was on that call. And then I went, I don't know. Then I went to another call and then I went to another call and now I'm here late, but here we are. Maybe I'll do just a little bit of a riff and a transmission now, and then maybe I will come back and do another one tonight. It was a very productive morning. It's really, I just feel like I've been on Zoom nonstop for days now, which is great. But having lots of forward-facing calls is amazing. And then I feel like I get behind on like the admin stuff or the things that I need to be doing behind the scenes. So, but it's always a balance, right? It's a balance. So it's in Bali. It is Valentine's Day today. And in this part of the world, it's Valentine's Day today. And this is my first single Valentine's Day in let's see, since 2009. 2009 was my last single Valentine's Day. That is a little bit wild, isn't it? And 15 years. 15 years. First time without a Valentine in 15 years. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. Like it feels good to like honor love of self. And I talked a little bit about this yesterday on the call. But I think what I want to share right now, and I have a feeling that I'm actually going to come back and do another live stream later tonight as well. So maybe like a US morning, as US people are waking up. So maybe this will be a two-part transmission, but I've had like such a deep surrendering of my will. And the thing that was so fascinating to me about the last couple of days is that I am being introduced to so many different projects right now. And whether it's software companies or AI companies. And because I'm being public about my associations with certain companies, I have other companies coming and recruiting me now. Like there's been so much, there's a lot of buzz happening around me in the field right now. And that even of itself is really fascinating. And I truly believe that is because I'm choosing to be in alignment with divine will and divine path. But the thing that's so fascinating about it is that the path that is the highest frequency and the path that is divine light is illuminated so clearly. And even though something may look better from a, am I frozen? Give me some hearts if you guys can see me. And if you're just hopping on, say hi so that I know that you're here. I feel like my signal was not stable for a minute. Okay, cool. It's just fascinating because it's like, even if something perhaps looks better on paper, from a price point perspective, or a promised features perspective, or a, who's involved in the project perspective, there's no mistaking the feeling. So I got on a call last night about a competitor to Genius AI. This is just like the most basic example I can give you. And from looking at everything on paper, and if I was only concerned with a cash grab, I could see that I would say, I want to go in this direction. But the feeling that I had on the call was density, darkness, stickiness. And I really truly believe that my experiences over the last 2 years have enabled me to really feel into the frequency of a project, and to feel into the frequency of the leadership team of a project, and to feel when there is distortion in the field. Like when there is distortion in a corporate structure, a leadership team, in the field, like I could just feel it. And it was so fascinating on this call last night, because I was like, there is no part of my energy and my energetic being that could align with that company, even though X, Y, Z, even for all these reasons that on paper it looks better. I'm like, I know 100%. I know the path that took me from where I was to Genius and to Peter Kell. And I'm like, that path was divinely guided and led every single step of the way. And the interaction with Peter on the phone today, and then with the other executive at the company that I was on the phone with today, the energy of those conversations were high frequency. It was light. It wasn't dense. It didn't feel icky. It felt good. It felt like like my spirit was in full alignment and full yes with the project. And then I actually ended up going back to another call with the other opportunity. And it was like, immediately I was like, I physically can't even be on this call. And I had to get off the call. This is, for me, I think, like the thing that I'm most in awareness of today is it's not even about self-love, it's divine love. And it's when we come into co-creation with the highest expression of who we came here to be, and our creator, the divine, God, source, universe, all that is, whatever it is that you want to call that. And we choose to show up as the highest version of ourselves, then our true path is illuminated. And the true path is actually illuminated. The illumination comes from divine love. It's love of God, it's love of creator, and ultimately it's love of self, right? Because we are God, we are creator. And it's not the self-love of new age spirituality. It's not the self-love of the self-help generation. It's not the self-love of, go to the spa and get a massage and get your nails done. Or, it's not that. It's how deeply can you love yourself? How deeply can you connect with the highest version of yourself? How willing are you to allow that version of yourself to shine its light on every single aspect of your life, on every single aspect of your business, on every single relationship that you have? And it just blows my mind how often we choose to stay in something that we know doesn't feel good. And we make all these excuses and justifications for why the density or the darkness or the distortion is okay. And I do think it's human nature, especially, you know, we want to look for the best in everything. We want to try to find the light. But what if you didn't have to find the light? What if there was a person, a business, a career path, a best friendship, a purpose path that was only light, that was only illumination? What if us making excuses for the distortions in the field and the darkness and the density is simply just us holding us back from our true path? There's been a meme that's been cycling quite a bit in my feed on Instagram lately. And it's like, you know, the relationship sent to you by God is not going to be difficult and challenging. It's going to bring you peace. And it really sat with me because, you know, I think that I've had this very new age spirituality feeling that like, oh, our soulmate relationships are meant to be our greatest teachers. And so as a result of that, they're supposed to be hard because we're supposed to learn these lessons from them. And it's so that we can grow and that we can ascend. And I'm listening to Conversations with God right now. And it's fascinating because like in the book, God's like, no, like that, it's not that. Like, that's not why you're here. Like, you don't have to experience difficulty. You choose that. Like, you choose that for yourself. You choose that as your experience. Like, there is no, you have to come here and repent. And there's all these karmic lessons and things. He's like, there is cause and effect, but there's not like, our relationships don't have to be traumatic. Our soulmate relationships, like, they can be the light. They don't have to be the distortion. They don't have to be the density. And it's extremely confronting to me to even think about that, because I have over and over and over and over again chosen density, especially in my romantic life. Like, I have chosen the most challenging partners. I have chosen the hardest lessons. But when I look at that right now, I'm like, oh, is that because my soulmate relationships were meant to be is that because my soulmate relationships were meant to be you know, that I had karmic ties to these people, or there was unfinished business, or I was meant to learn something? Or was I experiencing that distortion and that density and that darkness because I was not willing to fully love those parts of myself? And so I needed to be shown, I needed those parts of myself. Like, instead of choosing to love those parts of myself, I chose to just be like assaulted with them over and over and over again. And what if I did choose? And I guess, like, on maybe something that I said yesterday, one of the things that has been a little bit mind-blowing to me is that a lot of the relationships that I have chose to be in, whether they were friendships or intimate romantic relationships, I chose, like, an identity of mine chose that person, not the divine consciousness that exists within me. Like, that wasn't the version of me that chose that relationship. An identity that I had either been given to me, that I had taken on as my own, is what actually chose that relationship. And now that I no longer choose to anchor that identity into my existence or into my beingness, I wouldn't choose that relationship anymore. Now that I actually choose that, no, I just actually want to be the expression of divine consciousness that I came here to be. I actually just want to choose to be the best version of me in each moment of every day, and without all of these attachments to all of these identities and what I should be or what I'm supposed to be, I wouldn't make the same choice. And so ultimately, what is that? Like, to me, it's love. And what is love ultimately? Acceptance. Acceptance of like who we actually are. The light and the dark, right? Because we all are both. But I think really for me, it is like, oh, can this day be about divine love? And can this day be about love of self? I was talking about in one of my programs about seeing things with kingdom eyes. We're seeing things with divine eyes, right? Like asking to see someone else, or asking to see the world, or see a situation, or see a challenge or an obstacle through divine eyes, through the eyes of God, right? Not through your own eyes, not through human eyes, but through the eyes of God. And like, could this day, Valentine's Day, actually be about seeing ourselves with divine eyes, being asked to be shown like ourself through divine eyes, who is the highest expressed version of us, like in our highest expression of divine consciousness? Who is that person? Can that be illuminated for us today? And can we love and honor that version of ourselves today without having to hold on to all of these identities and versions of ourselves that don't serve our day-to-day life or happiness? So that's my transmission for right now. I do want to just share, though, I'm going to extend the 222 self-love coupon, and I'm going to extend it through 11:59 p.m. Pacific time on February 14th. And the reason that I'm going to do that is that this morning I woke up and I was like, oh, I want to gift something to someone. So everyone that purchases a self-love coupon for 222 is going to get put into a drawing, and one person is going to get upgraded to a $1,111 self-love coupon. And that coupon can be used on everything I offer for the rest of the year. So any offer that I release, you get $1,111 off. So that means like my Pluto sessions, you get it for free. So 11:59 p.m., February 14th, Pacific time, you have to get this. It's $222. Chantel or Clara can drop the links. There's a PayPal link or there's a Stripe link, so you can pay via PayPal. You can pay via credit card. And tomorrow morning, I'm hosting my Empire activation. So if you purchase between now and when I run that tomorrow morning, you will get that. I have my first Pluto and Aquarius masterclass happening on Saturday. You will get that in addition to a one-on-one Pluto session with me. Those are just two things that are happening this week so that's $333 of stuff that you get just this week for $222, and a chance to be entered into this $1,111 drawing. So that's it. That's all I have to say for right now. I feel like I need to rest. I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking, and so I'll let the team drop the links here in the comments section, but I'm also open to any questions if anyone has questions or comments or thoughts. Oh my gosh, what a cute picture of Jack. Look at this. So cute. I love my little phone thing that swaps my photos out. Self-love coupon 222. You can pay via PayPal or you can pay via Stripe. There are the links. And if we have no thoughts, questions, comments, then I will go rest and I will return with another transmission this evening.